What's up, y'all? How you doing? Good, good, good. It's really warm in my office for some reason. I don't know why. So, sorry I'm late again. But I am kind of wiped out. Chew's hanging in. He's surprisingly like chill and cool about it. Like he's not walking on it. He kind of does this hover leg thing everywhere. He's Mr. Tripod, Mr. Hops a lot, Big Leg Johnson. And he hasn't tried to munch on it. He hasn't been licking it. He's just like, I'm going to ride this thing out. That said, didn't get as much sleep as usual last night, more so because of Bun. So we had them in the bedroom with us, which is normal. But obviously Chew is not, we didn't have him on the bed. We made like a little prison for him next to the bed. An infirmary. And the trouble is that, Bun wants to play. And Chew would like to play too. So anyway, there was some waking up. There was not a consistent amount of sleep last night, and it's catching up with me now. And I also had like a real humdinger of a day at work, as they say. So, yeah. He's probably going to be laid up for something on the order like 2 or 3 weeks. But by the end of that, he should be starting to get back to normal. What we've done is for tonight, we had a sort of fold up bed. So we've unfolded that here amidst the collection. So we have a bed on the floor, which Chew has been loving, by the way. He's like, oh, you guys got me. Finally, you got me a bed my size. And he can step onto it easily and so forth. So we're going to keep him over here. Well, what we're going to try is we're going to try all being together again. And then I think the game plan is if that doesn't work out, then Nakomi will be able to take Chew over here and sleep on this bed instead. So one way or the other, we're gonna work it out, essentially. That's the plan. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. Other stuff going on. I've been picking up little things here and there related to either like trying to improve my setup or related to the whole like collection stuff. I've been really going down this fucking rabbit hole with jewel cases, replacing jewel cases. I've talked about it a little bit, but it's become like this whole side project thing that's like borderline insane. Well, how am I supposed to get this caffeine now, Abe? What now? The testing things is related to the stuff I got for my setup. I did get this nice little charging battery box thing designed for the Rode mics, which is cool. It was something that Grid and ZK were talking about in the Gear channel. And it's like a little dungeon for your Rode wireless mics. You just plug them into it and they can charge in there. And then it has a battery, so you can also unplug it, take it around, and keep your little wireless guys charged. For me, the advantage is it's a much smaller footprint because I just had this mess on my desk of USB cables and wireless mics and wireless receiver all just piled on my desk next to the mixer. It was pretty ugly. This reduces it all. Like, I got rid of all the cables except for the one for this thing, and then I just put the wireless mics in there and they're ready to go. And whenever I'm done with one, I put it back in there. It's immediately charging. Boom, bam, bomb. It's cool. So that's nice. And then I also was trying to kind of fix up an annoying part of my setup a little bit. And maybe one of you here is an expert and has some ideas, or maybe I should try something and just see. But if I go here, so this is my like DeckLink testing zone. It's where I have all 4 of the inputs up. I only use 2, really. Well, 3. Once I started doing the wireless thing and I have the HDMI extender, I was using 3. But at any rate, this one is the camera, obviously, and then that one is the consoles, and sort of like it's complicated. So what I had setup wise was I want to send the consoles to my gaming monitor, right? And I also want to send the retro there, but also to the CRT. So you guys got me that HDMI switch a while back. And then I have the other one that I think Grid sent, that he found at Goodwill, which is like, it's basically the same HDMI switch, but like older spec. So it doesn't support as high of like refresh rates and resolutions, whatever. But it's been fine. Arguably, it would be better if they were both like the newer specs so that I could do high refresh rate from like the PS5 or whatever. But the problem there is I can't capture that anyway. Unless I had another one of the high refresh rate capture cards. I only got the one. Any hoomps, that's sort of besides the point. The way that I handled that stuff was I had a splitter under my desk here, and the splitter would go to the DeckLink and my gaming monitor. And then I was manually switching the HDMI cable if I wanted to do the modern consoles or if I want to do retro. Obviously, that's not ideal. But part of the problem is I wanted a higher spec splitter because I was having those issues. I was having some like cutting out issues and stuff like that. So I got like a 4K multi-input splitter deal thing with as well as audio extractor. So it seems like a pretty nice box. And then I have this second HDMI switch hooked up over here. So my thinking was everything retro and modern consoles will go to that HDMI switch. And then that HDMI switch will go to the splitter. And then the splitter will go to my monitor and the capture card. But there's this, I don't know why, but if I send the modern consoles to the other switch and then send that to the splitter, shit don't work. Retro gets through fine, but only the Xbox 360 will make it through both switches and the splitter. And I don't fucking have any idea why that is. It's really annoying. If I do the modern consoles tower direct to the splitter, all the consoles work, no problem. So I don't think it's HDCP or anything like that. It's only when I run it to that HDMI switch first and then the splitter that I have the issue. Why? I'm trying to figure out what else I can do to isolate. I've tried going direct to the splitter and it worked fine. Now, arguably, I could also just send the retro direct to the splitter because it actually takes two inputs and is also a switcher. You can switch between them. But I don't love that because this setup is supposed to work. These HDMI switches have network switching capabilities, like the extra. So it's supposed to be part of the whole setup of where I could like put every console on my Stream Deck and just one button be able to switch to any of the consoles on any of the towers.
So Emily sent me a Snapchat of her putting Frank on a skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god.
Our friend put her dog on a skateboard.
Okay, I was like,
on Snapchat.
You got a PUBG skateboard, and like she didn't know you were a PUBG partner, and I couldn't think.
Wait, she has a PUBG skateboard?
No, she has just a regular skateboard. But I was like, we can do that with Bun Bun and Chew, and then we could have like like matching pictures of like dogs on skateboards. But
sort of.
I couldn't think of the word partner, so is it because he's a special stream boy?
Oh, yeah, I am a special stream boy. That's true. I'm a PUBG special stream boy. That's what they call me.
I hate that you just called him a special stream boy, and I was like, you forgot the word for partner.
Very good. Yeah, that's fine. The only problem with your plan is that's just a deck.
I know we'd have to get wheels and the little thingies.
Trucks.
Like, yeah, whatever. But like, still, it would be super cute though.
Yeah.
Little dog on skateboard.
Maybe not the best idea for him right this moment.
Well, no, not right now. We could just roll him around.
Right.
Like, it would be pretty cute.
The poor lad.
Oh, you're my special stream boy.
That I am.
I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. But it was 100% accidental in like a great way. Then it just made me laugh. I have to come tell you. It would be really cute.
I'm Borat casting. Apparently. I'm Borat casting.
I don't know what that means.
My wife.
I am your wife. Oh, I gotta stop watching TikTok.
Yeah. Well, the government might take care of that for you.
I mean, I doubt it.
I don't know. Seems like they really want to get rid of TikTok.
I don't know why.
China. China.
But anyway, yeah, I watched way too much TikTok.
Yep.
I have gone into a hole for like the last 2 hours. And it's mostly about like people figuring out they've been cheated on. Oh, oh well. What are you streaming?
I'm just hanging out. Just gonna test some stuff, but I feel like shit, so I'm not gonna be on long.
I'm sorry. I was gonna do something productive because I told you I have shit to do. And then I didn't do any of that shit. So I think I'm gonna try and do something. But who knows? So yeah. You have fun.
Yep.
With your
Good luck.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a fuck themselves move for sure. Oh yeah, VPNs are an integral like part of the backbone of the internet thing. So if they do that, it would be obviously be really bad, but it would also be very funny because it just basically would be like they switched off the internet. Streaming companies could be involved because they, you know, they're in the advertisements for VPNs, right? All the VPN advertisements are always like, I went traveling to another country and I couldn't watch things in my native, region. Yeah, well, I'm just saying this. I mean, it's a funny way to advertise it because yeah, you can absolutely do the opposite. You can just go region free. I never understood regions, all the region locking shit myself. I'm sure there's some business reason. Well, yeah, I'm just a husk, y'all. I'm so sorry. I am absolutely a husk tonight. I could try... What didn't I try? I could try going directly to the deck link, skip the splitter, and see if that works with the consoles. See if the splitter's the problem as opposed to the switcher. I guess. How do I even have this hooked up right now? Okay. Ah, right. So, disconnect this, plug this in, and hook it up the way that it wasn't working. Much to my dismay. Another thing about the network connectivity is I need to see if I can find a way to turn off the damn beeps on these fucking HDMI switches. Holy God. They do a really loud and annoying beep every fucking time. It's quite annoying. I also haven't yet tried changing the cable from this switch to the other one, but I mean, it normally seems like it works, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, so if I turn on the PS5, the switches are all going to beep. It's going to switch over, and it's going to say, at least on my monitor, it's going to say no signal, and it does. The PS5 is 100% on, and it's all hooked up. It knows it's getting a signal, but it's not working. But if I turn on the Xbox 360, that will work. That will work. Okay, maybe it won't. It worked before. Guess it doesn't work now. Ripperino. But retro works fine. So if I switch to input 1 over here. Beep, deep, deep, beep, beep, beep. Okay, all right. Maybe it doesn't work fine. Actually, this is probably the 5X needing a reboot. Something I found with it is that it sometimes has an aneurysm and it needs to be restarted. Oh, and that means I have to switch the input on the RetroTink. But yeah, it's working, obviously. There we go. So that's fine. I like how I said I'm pretty sure that it is not HTCP, and you guys are like, hey, what if we just keep repeating that at you? If it were HTCP, it wouldn't work in other situations than this. Like when I connect the modern consoles directly to the splitter, they all work fine. So yeah. Dreamcast coming through, no problem. Blah, blah. But modern consoles, no dice. Unless switching magically makes Xbox 360 show up. No. And I've tried like multiple of the consoles. PS3. The Switch is all switched, but nothing. So they see that a signal is happening. but it's not making it. So I could try going direct to the deck link, I suppose. Wait, just to see if it works in that case. So 2 splitters and then deck link. Will it work? A question for the ages. Sega ages. Right. Plugging that in. Wait. Okay, retro working. Ugh. Okay, well, that's different. So PS3 is like flashing in and out. That might actually be HDCP because the PS3 is PS3. Let's try. Not that. Stop that. 4 should be Xbox 360. If it's still on, it is. Nada. Ugh, a weird, horrible noise is happening. Let's get away from that. Okay, there was no signal on that line. What about PS5? Oh, did Xbox 360 appear when it was making the horrible sound? Okay. Well. So this seems to indicate that it's to do with going from switch to switch. Or it's the cable going between them. So what I can test, I guess, is going with a different cable. We could try a different cable and see if that makes a difference. Because I got some fancy new HDMI cables that are supposed to be like 8K, blah, blah, blah. So they should have no throughput issues. Although the HDMI cable I use for the modern consoles is supposed to be like a super duper high speed HDMI cable, but it's that from like 5 years ago. So maybe it's not all that super duper. But my expectations are low here. But fuck it. I mean, there's not a ton of things I can really try. The other thing would be like get another HDMI switch and see if it works. Like, because like I said, this one's lower spec that I'm trying to use with the modern consoles. But excuse me, it really shouldn't matter. Okay, plugged in. Wow, maybe I should turn off the playlist or turn down the playlist. Okay, so disconnect this now. Yeah, I mean, with this, everything is Like with using this cable, everything's guaranteed HDMI 2.0. Well, except for maybe that initial switch. Why are you not displaying anything? Yeah, I believe I have. I mean, I could check that again. Let's see. Which one's going to my monitor? This one? Yeah. Let me try going direct to monitor now. I don't know. This is just really annoying because it's like, how do you even troubleshoot this kind of shit? Direct to monitor. That works. I have PS5 over here. Yep. Let me try switching around. 4 should be Xbox 360. Yup. 3 should be PS3. Yup. It's fine. 5. Five should be PS4, but nothing happened. Maybe I didn't turn on the PS4. PS4 is fine. Why, dude? Why, dude? Why? The splitter is... I didn't just bypass it, by the way. We haven't been using this. I bypassed the splitter at the beginning. So what I was just doing was switch to deck link. No, I replaced all those cables. I just replaced that cable. And I think that the cable I was using was like early HDMI 2.0. Let's see, it should say on it. Oh no. It's one of those ones that just says high-speed HDMI trademark cable with Ethernet. And it doesn't say anything about like the spec. I think printing the actual spec on is newer. Either that or it just doesn't even happen at all. It has like a model number. It was a monoprice cable, V10143. My monitor says, make me like find the menu. balls. I don't even know how to navigate this menu. It's gonna be a nightmare. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, balls. Okay. Yes. I don't know if it even has like a status. Uh, right now it says 1920 by 1080, 60 hertz. Oh, and it closed. But that's it. H frequency 67 kilohertz, V frequency 60 hertz. Huh? Oh. I don't think that's really going to tell me anything, Augio. These are brand new cables. I have caused a reticle to appear on my monitor, and I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing. I guess I have a reticle I could have on screen for games if I wanted to. I'm thinking maybe let me back this up. I'm gonna take this cable off here that I just put on the switch or between the switches and go back to the old one. And I'm gonna try something else. Okay. 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 So now this is outputting. Right. Got PS5. Huh. PS4 didn't show up for some reason. Xbox 360 does. PS3 does. Huh. What's up, PS4? Did you not like the hot swap, probably? PS4 and its weird, like, no tactile button. Like, you have to caress the PS4. You have to give it a caressing. Now I sort of... What's going on? I don't have signal from the PS4 now. Huh. I don't know, maybe this cable is a problem. I have PS5. Maybe the Switch just needed a restart. Oh, I think the PS4 just wasn't on, and I thought it was. Like, I had thought I turned it on and looked away, and then I never looked back at the PS4, but it didn't really turn on. It had beeped at me, but didn't turn on. Okay, so now it's showing up. Okay, so it's not this cable. Basically getting the same results from this cable. But what if... You see, the deck link that I have is an old deck link. I don't know the exact parameters, but Grid does, I think. So what I'm wondering here is... Maybe it is Mr. Picky Deck Link. So what if I go back to the splitter now, right? We'll go back to the splitter. Can't read it. What's what? This splitter has some cool features, I have to say. I'm going to take advantage, if I can get this to work, I'm going to take advantage of the audio breakout. But it takes two inputs. It has two outputs. You can set it to a soundbar mode. You can set it to various different audio output specs. It has a downscaler, so you can send 4K into this, and then there's dip switches, and you can set them to downscale it to 1080p, or you can do pass-through. I tried that, by the way, before, when it was plugged into the deck link, and it did not help. So, yeah. Where's the cable? Ah, there it is. Okay. So this is going to be our input 1. All right. And instead of plugging this into the deck link, let's go to main here by desktop. Okay, so that's deck link. Actually, we want to keep the desktop because this is my high spec capture card. And it tends to get pissed off when I do this, so I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to unplug that. And plug in this. Uh-oh. What, on the deck link? Really? That doesn't make sense. That so doesn't make sense, I feel like you're gaslighting me. I didn't have... What was plugged into it? What was plugged into it? Oh. So that was switch to deck link, which wasn't working before. I guess maybe it would have worked if I would have reseated the HDMI cable. Because that's all that changed, I guess. Because I had plugged that cable back into the switch, and it just so happened that that was the cable that was still connected to the deck link, I guess. And then I unplugged that and whatever. So yeah, I guess it does make sense. Just initially I was like, well, no, that's not possible. I didn't have anything plugged in there, but I did for a minute. Yeah. Well, it's not good old. That sucks. I don't want to have to unplug every time I change something. I want a setup that works. This looks like it might work. So let's switch around. Haha, nope. Haha, nope. Yeah, I basically swapped the monitor for the deck link. Well, that was so hopeful at first. Yeah, I'm getting nothing on my monitor and on this capture card. Try to replug. Yeah. Doing a power cycle on this, on the second splitter. Nothing. Oh, there it goes. So there's Xbox 360. Oh. You're getting bad audio? I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. Not anymore. I'm turning this capture card down a lot for safety. My apologies. Yeah. Well, I tried turning on the Xbox One. Do I have HDMI connected to it? I do. Oh no, that's the Xbox 360. Yeah. Xbox One has HDMI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be number 6 here. That's Dreamcast. So no signal from the Xbox One. But that seems more like an Xbox One problem. I have that splitter set to scan at the moment. It's on 3, which should be the PS3. And it is. Four, that should be the Xbox 360. So I guess brace for danger. Yeah, it looks like it's putting out something really fucked up. I wonder why. I wonder why the Xbox 360 is doing that, and only the Xbox 360. Yeah, the fucking splitter beeps are constant with this thing. It should be showing us Wii U right now, and it's not. Should be going back to PS3 now. So it wrapped around to the end, and did it ever show us PS5? Well, this sucks. What a drag, man. What about you? What are you doing? Do you even work? Not seeing fucking anything. Maybe it's this one now? Like, why do I have to power cycle these? What's the point of this? Am I just too much of an insane person trying to use 2 HDMI splitters at the same time? Oh. Oh, I guess the switch shut itself off. Okay, now we have picture again. For whatever reason. We should see the switch. There we go. Finally. I'm gonna switch it back to the Nightmare console while this is working. Weird, it refused this time. It went back to the Switch. Oh, I guess that's because the Switch restarted. Okay, so that's working. I'm going to try to go back to the Xbox 360. So brace your little ear holes. Okay, it's still fucky. So why? Why is it fucky? Has my Xbox 360 gone bad? Has the cable gone bad? The cable's newish, so it really shouldn't have been a problem. That did not help. Huh. Every time I change the sound profile on the splitter, the Xbox 360 signal cuts out. So now that's interesting, right? Why would that be the case? And then another question is, why do we get absolutely fucking nothing from the Xbox One? Well, yeah, but the other consoles didn't have that issue. The Xbox 360 seems to be sensitive to it. Man, I thought this shit was gonna like help me with my issues, not make them like worse. I don't even know, dude. I have other cables. I could try a different cable for the Xbox 360, I guess, and just see if that helps. But somehow I feel like it's an incompatibility with the splitter or something. So I'm gonna hit it with this brand spanking new HDMI 2.0 cable, even though it has one already. Although I will say, for all the consoles, I'm using Amazon Basics cables. They're all new, and I don't know what their quality level is. No, that didn't help. I don't even know if I have a controller that is charged and will work with the Xbox 360. I might have binned it. I don't see like a regular Xbox 360 controller here anywhere. Not anyway. There's every other damn thing. But not that. I must have binned it. Just lift the box slightly. Twiddling with things doesn't seem to be helping at all. Yeah, if I had a controller handy, that would be what I would try. I don't even think there's like a nice way to connect. It probably wouldn't work with an Xbox One controller, right? How did I manage to do this? Oh, wait. Oh, nope, that's Xbox original. Yeah, I think I put all those in the closet and they're gone now. You're gone for now. So that's just it's another different problem. So I don't know. I guess this setup sort of kind of works. With a different capture card. But you know what my stream PC can't have? Another capture card. I do not have enough PCI slots to put another one of those capture cards in. I think my only real upgrade path would be I mean, I don't know if a newer deck link would be better. Could try the old replug. Oh, mute buzzer. Elgato's 4X is 165 right now. Is that HDMI 2.0? I mean, if that's high refresh rate, that's a good deal. I'm guessing it's not at that price. Really? I could plug a mouse into it? Funny thing is, I don't have a wired mouse handy either. I'm like super unprepared for this, all this testing. What if I try the old replug now? Because you guys said you were seeing. That's because the PS4 is threatening to turn off. I set the splitter to scan. We're going to see what happens. Wii U. Switch. PS3. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't last long, did it? I have the remote for the new HDMI switch, but I don't have it for the old one. I don't know if just pointing at it and trying is worth it. Yeah. So I don't know why, but it came around to this side and now it doesn't work anymore. Nothing just works, dude. Nothing just works. Ghost connection? Yeah. Yeah, it's some HDMI bullshit. The fun thing about the deck link is that you can't deactivate it in OBS like other capture cards. You have to go away from it. Deck link. Couldn't set input video port to numbers. Couldn't set input audio port to numbers. So that's what's happening right now. It's getting a signal, but it cannot interpret, or it can't set the video and audio port. So this could be any number of things. It could be the new splitter. It could be the thrifted switch or switcher.
Do you know where the extra switch dock is?
The extra switch dock?
Yeah, they have 3 switches.
Maybe I do. Why?
It won't hook up to the TV. It's charging the switch, so like I know it's connected, but like it won't go out to the TV.
Oh. What does the power level say on your switch?
It's dead.
Okay.
But like the screen comes on and tells me that it's charging when like
on the switch, you mean?
Yeah, when I put it into the dock.
Okay. This is pretty normal. How long has it been trying to charge? Did you only give it a couple of seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the problem.
Okay, so it has to be charged before it can...
It has to have some charge or it won't output to the TV. And then there's this other thing that at least happens to my switch, probably happens to yours too. If they lose power entirely, they can get in this stupid state where they just won't charge. And the only thing you can do, you have to like let it sit. It's my switches. They're just beeping. Forget about it. The only way you can fix it is to do a hard reboot on the switch. So you have to hold the button down for 20 seconds. So if you think it doesn't sound like it's been charging long enough, but if you think it's been charging long enough, you could try that and the switch will reboot. And then after that, it will charge again normally.
I'll check in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Every time it runs completely out of power, that happens to me. It's fucking obnoxious. I don't know why Nintendo had to make their fucking console out of like an old cell phone, but that's what they did. And then it has all these stupid fucking problems that they don't ever fix. I guess they can't fix that. I don't know. My Switch has had that forever and nothing's ever fixed it. Many, many updates have come to pass. I'm going to stop the beeping. If you have two good ports/consoles, you have to play the port 1-2 scan and change each console out between port 1 and 2 until you find a bad console. Or change good consoles out to other ports and let it keep cycling until you find a bad port. I mean, I don't even know what it means. Like, what if... What's a bad console mean? You're saying I would have to switch out the whole console? Like, it just has a bad HDMI port? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, what qualifies as bad here? Because they all output, I mean, except for the Xbox One, they all output. You know, one way or the other. Like, if I were to connect each one of these individually up to my monitor, they all work. So what I don't understand how it could be like sort of kind of not working. Or sort of kind of bad. It's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Not to mention the deck link is also, I don't know. I feel like it's also suspect because it's been finicky about stuff before. There was like through multiple restarts the other day, I could not get it to pick up my camera. It picks up my camera just fine, like 90% of the time. But for some reason, like I changed the cable, plugged it back into the deck link, and it was giving me that fucking can't set video port, can't set audio port. And I would restart, open up OBS, same thing. And I restarted like 3 times. And then the last time, it just started fucking working. And I don't know why. And I hate that shit. That shit sucks. I mean, I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. I appreciate you sending me the fucker. Because it's obviously very useful despite this shit. But that shit still pisses me off anyway. You know what I mean? Like, why is this all this shit like this? Why is HDMI like this, man? I've had to get more different HDMI devices for different problems, like just like problem solving, than I think any other kind of device. I still hate audio more, but I think in terms of like things plugging together and working, audio doesn't have as much of this fucking problem as HDMI does. If I had to guess, DisplayPort's probably more expensive. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to win, you just got to bet on copy protection. Boom. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. Yeah, maybe. Fucking, I don't know how I'm gonna isolate it. So basically, one bad import switch, or one bad input port can just fuck up the everything, is what you're saying essentially. Right. Okay. I think I've run out of energy for this for tonight, but that is at least something to try. But fucking hell, man. So maybe the splitter's okay. Ugh. Or maybe it isn't. Because before, when it was just straight consoles to the other splitter, did not have this fucking problem with that switch. But then again, maybe I didn't try this, you know, try switching between all of them like that. Yeah, that's another thing is that there's so much like HDMI bullshit with devices that it's so hard to say. Like, why does the 360 have an audio issue with the way this is set up now? It didn't before. Why does it react to the audio changes and the other consoles don't? Some devices have that shit where they fucking try to take control. That's another thing. You have to turn that on or off depending on what your needs are. And they can just, like, it's the only device in the whole world or something is how they act when you turn that shit on. Like, I control your HDMI now. Well, I have other things than just you. Who fucking made you king of my TV and my and my everything, buddy? Ugh. I just want a setup that works. What do I got to do? And it's really fucking hard to thread the needle because kind of like upload service with internet, right? If you care about the details, they don't really sell the details. It's almost as hard to find out if a device actually supports like high refresh rates with 1080p. You just have to hope sometimes, you know, like, well, it says 4K 60, so it's probably going to handle 1080p whatever, but they don't say. So who knows, you know? It's like talking to an ISP about upload. They're like, what's that? It's a service you offer. How fast is it? Well, your download speed is a gig. Yeah, that's not what I asked. Oh, just shit world, man. Anyway, I'm tired. I've run out of steam. But hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully I'll get like good sleep tonight and everything will be better tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Thanks for hanging with me though. Thanks for trying to help. And I will see y'all next stream. I hope you have a good night.